More Mark and Mercedes in the morning. Now.
For the first time.
Danny O'Donohue, frontman of The Script, on the phone right now. Hey, Danny.
Hey, how you doing, all right?
Doing really good. Excited to see you guys this weekend in Las Vegas for our Not So Silent Night show.
Come on, get in. I know I'm in London right now, and it is bloody freezing. Is it warm over there?
Oh, yeah. We've been right around 70 all week. Weekend looks good.
When you get here, Danny, I've noticed a lot lately, and I've been watching a lot of your live shows, and you are very much into going into the crowd, and that concerns me a little here in Vegas. I'm afraid you might get touched in inappropriate places.
Well, listen, why do you think I do it?
Is that the reason?
It's an invitation. Yeah, sometimes I might even go out with my fly down. You never know. No, I'm joking. I'm a very tactile person. I like to get in, just to kind of, I don't know, mess things up a little bit, because sometimes the show can become very, very stagnant. So, if you start getting in there, start pulling out of people, it's all good fun.
Has anything ever happened where you've been injured by someone down in there?
I have, yeah. A few things actually happened. So one time, this girl stole my bracelet off my arm. Another girl tried to steal my ring. I know, again, they're not trying to steal it and take it. They just want a kind of a piece of you. But the worst one that I've had was, I was standing on, I'll elevate myself up onto, the podium or the stand in front of it. So I've elevated myself up, and I've been singing with my hands in the air for so long, and I didn't even realise, but the girl in the front row, who, by the way, was an older lady, had already had my belt open and was starting on my first button.
Wow.
And you genuinely, I got such a shock that I knocked her hand away, quite forcefully.
Oh, man, I want your job,
Man. Listen, it's not all bad. It's not all bad, is it?
So now, listen, I really like the congrats on the new album. It sounds fantastic. I love the name of it. You guys just called it number 3.
Why waste time with extra letters? It was actually, we figured on, if you call it something very, very long, if you're printing up 300,000 records, no, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. No, it was, the three of us really feel that we're all after coming to the fore on this album, and Mark's he's rapping a lot more on the album and singing too. Glenn's now playing program kicks and snares, and we just feel that it's really the three of us. So it's just to represent the unity between the three of us.
How do you like being on The Voice UK? How was that experience for you?
Come on, man! You're on the panel with Tom, Will, with Jesse. Three of the massive stars that that are right there in the minute, and then of course you got the Irish fella on the end. So it's a great experience. I mean, for me, because I'm in the industry and I'm living it right now.
You've mentioned that Tom Jones is one of the other artists on the show. I would guess, I don't know this for sure, that maybe he gave you some good advice, especially as the Script exploded. Is there any other artist that kind of sat you down and said, hey, just as you guys start to get really huge, there's one thing I want to tell you. Has anyone else ever given you any sort of advice that you took with you?
Oh, loads. Anybody who's gotten to that level, they're kind of, I guess in a way they want to impart a bit of knowledge with you. And Paul McCartney, he was a massive one. He gave so much advice about stagecraft and how to reel people in to your show. And he was like, look, you can have all the lights you want, you can have all the rockets going off, you can have all that type of stuff, but nobody can whistle a light show. Everybody's there for the songs. So, to set the mood before the song, tell them a story. Maybe how you wrote the song, or, how, what it was that drew you to that emotion. And, we went out that night. I was kind of I didn't really know what he meant. And then we went out that night to go watch him. And, before one of the songs, he sat down and he said, I've always imagined if I met John walking down the street, what would I say to him? And the whole place just went quiet. You could hear a pin drop. And then he started this song. And I just sat down and went, wow. He just said in 2 sentences, he just literally just stunned everybody. And then started the song. Because everyone was like, yeah, exactly. What would he say to John Lennon?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's amazing, though, that somebody that iconic, a legend like Paul McCartney, and I've heard that he's, very generous with artists and giving out advice. I mean, that's amazing when somebody of that stature says, look, this is how I would do it. Who's come to you asking for advice, and who do you think is up and coming right now? Who's on your radar?
Oh, wow. There's a few few Irish acts actually that I've been trying to champion now for the last year. There's an Irish band called the Coronas, they're very, very talented band. I know you obviously you have the Corona drink over there, but they're very much kind of quite like the script. They love a few drinks. They know how to write a great pop song. And there's also this brand new band called the Original Rude Boys, and they're from Dublin, right? And the guy, he's a Dublin rapper, and he speaks very, very much so in a thick Irish accent. So if anybody really likes the Irish accent, you'll love this guy. And then they have another, their singer as well, is kind of sounds a little bit like John Mayer. So he'll come in singing the choruses. Meanwhile, this guy will be singing or rapping the verses. And coming from Dublin, I'm sitting there going, wow. You know what I mean? It's at times have really changed. You don't have to have a fiddle or a shamrock and a shillelagh to be an Irish band these days. It's a very cool thing. People are coming out rapping, writing diss and R&B and hip hop, and I'm just loving it right now. That's why I'd probably peg those two.
Do you ever lose the accent when you come to the States? Do you find that it starts to disappear?
And you know what? No, and the reason is because I know so many people who have gone out to America on holidays for 2 weeks and have come back with full-blown American accents. Full-blown sidewalk, yeah, how's it going, man? Yeah, I was in and off. Then Mickey D there, you got a day, I'm seeing son. And everybody comes back with that accent, but I think being Irish, it's very, very hard to kind of get out because I'm in a band with other Irish people. So if I come back with a New York hat, right, this is the God honest truth. If I come back and I was wearing this New York hat and you walk into the local pub, literally they'll go, look at John Wayne coming in here off the car. Right? No joke, because nobody wants to see anybody change or anything like that. So, I mean, if you try and put on the accents, be very, very careful because you don't know what the ramifications are going to be.
Oh, man, it's going to be great this weekend. You guys train Better Than Ezra, Ryan Starr at the Hard Rock, the joint inside the Hard Rock. Danny of the Script. Say it again?
I didn't know Ryan was on. I knew Train on. I didn't know Ryan was there. Cool. We all did this cruise together. We all did this dance. Oh my God. Be very, very prepared for backstage. There'll be loads of antics going on.
We can't wait.
we're all really, really good friends. Pat Monahan, man. He's a good fella.
Oh, it's going to be a good time. We'll see you this weekend, Danny. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
No worries. And by the way, I just want to say thank you so much for your support on Hall of Fame. It's really, really kicking butt over there for us. So thank you very, very much for your support so early on. It means a lot to us.
We
More
love
than
you
welcome.
guys. Yeah.
Wicked. I'll see you all soon. Bye.
More Mark and Mercedes in the morning coming up.